Very good afternoon. You're watching Midday News with me, Aishwarya Kapoor, and these are the headlines. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anand Kumar says that triple talaq bill are likely to be introduced in Rajya Sabha on Wednesday after consulting with opposition parties. Upper House scheduled to take up the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2017 and the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Amendment Bill 2017. Government to kick off its Swachhta Abhiyan Samiksha or Cleanliness Survey on Thursday. The most comprehensive exercise will rank cities on cleanliness parameters. It will cover more than 40 crore people. Over 4,000 urban bodies be assessed on parameters like availability of water connections to toilets, solid waste management. And US suspends its $255 million military aid to Pakistan. The move comes soon after American President Donald Trump accuses Pakistan of giving nothing but lies and deceit as its contribution to the war on terror. Parliament reassembled today for its first session in the new year. The government was all set to table the landmark triple talaq bill in Rajya Sabha, which was listed in the business today. But Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anand Kumar later said that it might be tabled on Wednesday in consultations with the opposition parties. The bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. Now, the bill makes instant triple talaq in any form, including spoken, written or over the phone, SMS or WhatsApp, illegal with up to 3 years in jail for the husband. The BJP had issued a whip to all its MPs asking them to remain present in the parliament today and tomorrow for the passage of several crucial bills.
तलाक की बिद्दत कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है, इलीगल है, ऐसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपना ऑर्डर पास कर चुका है, तो लोकसभा ने इस लॉ को पास कर चुकी है। तलाक की बिद्दत हमारे मुस्लिम बहनों को मुक्ति दिलाने की, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं राज्यसभा यही करेगी और कांग्रेस से लेकर के सभी पार्टियों से हमारा लगातार बातचीत जारी है। और हम इतना ही कह रहे हैं उनको, यदि कांग्रेस ने लोकसभा में इसके बारे में कोई अमेंडमेंट प्रेस नहीं किया, अमेंडमेंट तो उन्होंने रखा था लेकिन प्रेस नहीं किया, तो वही रवैया राज्यसभा में भी अपनाना चाहिए और इस ऐतिहासिक बिल को स्मूथ पैसेज के लिए, यानी मुझे लगता है आम सहमति से पारित करने के लिए वो मदद करना चाहिए।
सर, मैं आज पेश होगा, बिल पेश होगा सर,
आज कल में होगा,
आज या
कल हो सकता है।
And besides the bill on triple talaq, 3 major bills are listed for consideration and passing in the Rajya Sabha. They include the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2017, which has been passed by Lok Sabha. Also included in the list of business is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Amendment Bill 2017. Now, apart from these bills, papers and reports relating to many ministries will also be laid on the table of the House today. And the issue of National Medical Commission Bill was raised by the opposition in the Rajya Sabha on Tuesday. In the Rajya Sabha, Samajwadi Party leader Naresh Agarwal raised the issue of doctors protesting over the bill as the Indian Medical Association has called for a strike to protest the proposed bill. Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda said in Rajya Sabha that the government is in talks with the Indian Medical Association and all the stakeholders. Now, the bill seeks to allow practitioners of Ayurveda, homeopathy, yoga and other alternative medicines to enter the field of modern medicine after completing a bridge course. The draft bill was introduced by Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda in Lok Sabha on Thursday. The bill also seeks to replace the apex medical education regulator, the Medical Council of India, with a new body. However, the Congress has demanded that the bill be referred to a parliamentary standing committee.
पूरे देश के डॉक्टर हड़ताल पे स्थिति बहुत भयावह है। मरीजों को कोई देख ही नहीं रहा, कई मरीज मर चुके हैं अब तक। इस बारे में बात को उठा।
जहाँ तक हड़ताल का सवाल है, उनके साथ बातचीत जारी है। उनके बातों को हमने सुना है और हमने अपना भी पक्ष उनके सामने रखा है।
सुखेंद्र राय जी,
चर्चा होगी।
ओके, थैंक यू।
All right, let's go across to my colleague Kriti Mishra, who is joining us live from the newsroom. Kriti, now this landmark bill on triple talaq, which makes talaq a criminal, the triple talaq a criminal offence, was listed for introduction in the Rajya Sabha today. But the ruling parties are trying to build a consensus on this matter now.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. Remember, the triple talaq bill was passed by the Lok Sabha, and all the amendments that were suggested were completely defeated. This is, of course, a landmark bill because remember, Aishwarya, even after Supreme Court struck down the practice of triple talaq, more than 66 cases were reported. And in fact, this bill is expected to help more than 8 crore Muslim women. And also, Aishwarya, out of one Muslim divorced man, there are 4 divorced Muslim women. So certainly the government realized the gravity of the situation, and in fact the bill was listed to be taken up in Rajya Sabha's agenda today. But Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar clarified in the morning that the government is trying to get all the parties on board, so consensus are on. So it remains to be seen whether the upper house discusses this bill today or not. Aishwarya?
And apart from this bill, Kriti, there are 2 other crucial bills listed for the business today. Tell us about them as well.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. So there's Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill that seeks to prevent all the willful defaulters from participating in the bidding process to regain the control of the company. This bill actually replaces the ordinance that was promulgated earlier this year. And also there's NABARD Amendment Bill. Remember, NABARD is a premier organization for rural development in the country, and this bill seeks to increase the authorized capital from 5,000 crore rupees to 30,000 crore rupees. It also enables exit of RBI because RBI only holds 0.4% paid up capital in NABARD, and it seeks to resolve the conflict because RBI is also a banking regulator and shareholder in NABARD. Remember, the government has earlier clarified that this bill is one of the major steps towards increasing farm income by year 2022. Aishwarya?
Right. Kriti, you stay with us. We'll come back to you. Meanwhile, let's also talk about what is happening in the Lok Sabha. Well, in the Lok Sabha today, Minister of State for Home Hans Rajya made a statement on Pulwama attack in the House. Now, Congress leader Jyotiraditya Scindia raised the issue of the attack, saying that the government does not respect the lives of the members of the armed forces. However, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar said that the Congress was trying to politicize the issue and that the government does respect its soldiers. Remember, the 37-hour-long gunfight triggered by a Fedayeen attack by suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed militants on a CRPF training center in South Kashmir ended on Monday morning with the killing of 3 militants. On Sunday, 5 paramilitary personnel and 2 militants were killed. All right, my colleague Ravindra Singh Shiran is now joining us live for more on this. Ravindra, now it was a very hectic day in Lok Sabha. Of course, number of bills are slated to be taken up today, but Lok Sabha also expressing grief at the martyrdom of 5 CRPF personnel in the Pulwama attack.
Sure, as soon as the proceeding of the House started today in the morning, some of the BJP members raised slogan against anti-Pakistan as after the attack which was conducted by the Pakistan on the camp of the CRPF training camp, and 5 of the Indian soldiers has to sacrifice their life for the sake of the nation. After this, the Speaker Sumitra Mahajan also conveyed the feelings of the House to the families of the deceased, and also after that Hans Rajya, the Minister of Home Affairs, he also gave a statement about the details of how the whole attack was unfolded. Besides this, some of the important questions were also raised in the question hour when the Agriculture Minister made it clear again that the government is trying to provide every help and relief to the farmers who has been in distress and are facing a lot of problems, and the government is committed that till 2022 the government will be able to provide increase the income of the farmers to a double level. And beside this, the important bill which is slated for the discussion and consideration and passing is regarding the National Medical Council bill. This bill has triggered a controversy when the Indian Medical Association has already called a day-long strike, which is going on today. Despite of this, the government is committed and they are clear that this bill will definitely be helpful, not only for the medical practitioner, but the medical student. And this is a good bill, and this bill will completely revamp the medical practice in the country. And three more bills which are also slated in the later half of the day today is, one of them is the evacuation of the public premises which has been unauthorizedly occupied by some of the people. And the other bill is regarding the salaries of the High Court and Supreme Court judges. These are the bills to come in the next half of the Lok Sabha today.
All right. Post-legislature session, three crucial bills to be taken up in Lok Sabha. Thank you so much, Ravindra, for all those updates on the lower house. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs will conduct the third round of its Swachh Survekshan Youth Survey from 4th of January to 10th of March 2018 across all cities and towns in India. Now, the cities and towns will be ranked on the basis of infrastructure development for improved sanitation services and their sustainability. The results shall be declared in the month of April. Now, speaking to Rajya Sabha Television, Secretary Housing and Urban Affairs DS Mishra said that the latest survey will assess the availability of water connections to toilets, recovery of operation and maintenance costs of community and public toilets, also liquid waste management and segregation of municipal waste at source. Let's take a listen.
The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is all set to launch third edition of Sanitation Survey, which is expected to be the largest in the world, that will commence from January 4th. And to get deeper insights, I'm joined by Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Mr. DS Mishra. Welcome to Rajya Sabha Television, sir. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has exuded confidence that Swachh Survekshan of 2018 would strengthen our resolve of Swachh Bharat. How would this pan-India survey be conducted in more than 4,000 cities?
We are going to cover all cities whose number in 2011 census was 4,041 and the present number is around 4,480, and this covers population of nearly 40 crores plus. So this is going to be the largest survey of this kind across the world.
Right, sir. This time the methodology has been amended. So what are the parameters or the elements that you would look into while analyzing this and during this cleanliness competition?
We are going to judge them on the basis of the service level standards. That is what they claim. For example, how many sanitary workers have been employed, what kind of facilities they have created for the making it operation open defecation free, what kind of facility they have created to make it a garbage free. All that claims they make, all those claims, so this is service level standards. There are certain standards which they have to achieve. But this also has to be given truthfully. This is one. And two, what kind of action is being taken to make the city garbage free, which is very, very important.
A negative marking has also been introduced to check false claims about sanitation infrastructure.
If their claim is, more deviation than 20% on ground, then in that case they will be awarded negative marks. So sometimes you may be claiming 100%, but you will get, like in civil service examination, you get positive, then you get full marks, and if you get negative, then you get negative marks. So that way this has been introduced for the first time.
And there have been considerable strides as far as construction of toilet that is concerned. But how do we strengthen our collection and solid waste management systems?
Processing is nearly for 24%. That is our focus area right now. On 2nd October 2017, we published a best practices in making the cities garbage free. And I'm sure, and we are continuously following with the cities to focus on making the cities garbage free.
There has been a paradigm shift in how India looks at cleanliness. Prime Minister has time and again enunciated its importance. You are conducting sanitation survey. Do you think all these endeavors would pave way for open defecation-free India by 2nd October 2019, which is the objective of Swachh Bharat mission? 2nd
October 2018, I am 100% sure that all the urban areas in the country will be ODF. The way cities are doing. The garbage free is a bigger challenge for which we are coming with new strategies, and we are monitoring this at a very minute and microscopic level.
Thank you so much for sharing all those details with us. So a concerted effort by the government to foster a spirit of healthy competition among cities to make a cleaner India. From Delhi, with camera person Sudhanshu, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
On to some other news, the customers will not have to pay any transaction charges on payments up to 2,000 rupees through debit cards, the Finance Ministry announced on Monday. Now, in a bid to push digital transactions, the Union Cabinet approved a proposal that the government will bear the merchant discount rate or the MDR charges on transactions up to 2,000 rupees made through debit cards or Aadhaar-enabled payment systems. The merchant discount rate will be borne by the government for the next 2 years with effect from 1st of January this year by reimbursing the same to the banks. Now, the merchant discount rate is the fee which is charged to a merchant by a bank for providing debit and credit card payment services. The move will have an impact of 2,512 crore rupees on the exchequer, and the decision was taken at a cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday. And in a major boost to home buyers, the State Bank of India has extended the processing fee waiver till 31st of March. The bank has also reduced the base rate by a sharp 30 basis points to 8.65%. The reduction in the base rate effected from 1st of January this year has brought relief for nearly 80 lakh existing SBI customers. And the reduction in base rate will also lead to a decline in EMIs for the customers. And Vijay Keshav Gokhale will be the new Foreign Secretary. The Appointments Committee of the Cabinet approved Gokhale's appointment, and Gokhale will replace Dr. S. Jaishankar, who is completing his tenure on the 28th of this month. He will have a tenure of 2 years. The 1981 batch IFS officer, Gokhale is currently holding the charge of Secretary Economic Relations in the External Affairs Ministry. He is also regarded as one of the key persons to have resolved the Doklam crisis. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu inaugurated the Vijayawada Book Festival yesterday. In an address, he said that Indian traditions attach a great importance to books and authors.
The written word has an exalted godlike status in the Vedas, indicating the importance that books and literature have in the Indian culture. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said this while inaugurating the Vijayawada Book Festival on Monday, where Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu was also present.
అక్షరం అనేది పుట్టిన తర్వాత అది ఏ దారిని వెతుక్కుంటూ ఎక్కడ ప్రవహిస్తుందో, ఎవరి జ్ఞానాన్ని పంచి ఇస్తుందో, పెంచిస్తుందో, వర్ధిల్లుతుందో, ఎన్ని మార్పులకు దారితీస్తుందో అది మనం చెప్పలేం. అందుకే అక్షరానికి మనం దైవస్థానాన్ని ఇచ్చాం.
The Vice President called on professionals in cinema, music and other art forms to promote peace. He also complimented the Andhra Pradesh government for its efforts in popularizing Telugu language, while expressing happiness at the move by the state government to dedicate year 2018 to promote and protect the Telugu language.
విజయవాడకు తిరిగి మళ్ళా పునర్వైభవం వచ్చేటికి అవకాశం కూడా ఉంది. ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు అన్ని జిల్లాల్లో కూడా ఈ పుస్తక మహోత్సవాలు జరపాలి, దాంతోపాటు ఇంకో కొత్త నిర్ణయాన్ని కూడా నేను ప్రకటిస్తాను మంత్రివర్గంతో చర్చించి అన్నాడు. అదేదైతే ఉందో సాంస్కృతిక విభాగము, గ్రంథాలయము, ఈ రెండింటిని కానీ కలిసి సమన్వయం చేసి సమ్మిళితం చేస్తే తగిన నిధులు, తగిన విధులు, ఆ విధులు నిర్వర్తించే అధికారులు కూడా వస్తారు. కాబట్టి అది కూడా ఒక మంచి బాట అని చెప్పి అనుకుంటున్నా. మన భాషను పరిరక్షించుకోవడానికి, మన సంస్కృతిని పరిరక్షించుకోవడానికి, మన చరిత్రను మన పిల్లలకు తెలియజేయడానికి అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. ఆ పని ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు చేపట్టడం చాలా సంతోషం.
Earlier, the Vice President, along with Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, inaugurated the book exhibition on the PWD grounds. He also visited stalls distributing Telugu books on literature, art and science. Rajkumar Rao's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And on to the other big story of the day. The United States has suspended its $255 million military aid to Pakistan. The move comes after US President Donald Trump accused Pakistan of giving nothing to the United States but lies and deceit. In his first tweet of the year 2018, the US President slammed Pakistan for providing safe haven to terrorists in return for the $33 billion US aid over the last 15 years. A US administration official said that the president has made it clear that the US expects Pakistan to take decisive action against terrorists on its soil. He added that the US administration continues to review Pakistan's level of cooperation. Now, shortly after Donald Trump's attack, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif called on Country's Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, now media reports said that the meeting held a detailed review of Donald Trump's statement. Pakistan Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif also responded on Twitter, saying that his government was preparing a response that will let the world know the truth. And meanwhile, Pakistan's financial regulatory body on Monday also banned Mumbai attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed-led Jamaat-ud-Dawa and Falah-e-Insaniyat Foundation from collecting donations. The Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan prohibited the collection of donations by the JUD, the front organization of a banned outfit Lashkar-e-Toiba, as well as several other such organizations that have been named in a list of banned outfits by the United Nations Security Council. The notification comes on a day when President Donald Trump accused Islamabad of giving nothing to the US but lies and deceit and providing safe haven to terrorists. The JUD is believed to be the front organization for the LET, which is responsible for carrying out the 26/11 Mumbai attack. It has been declared as a foreign terrorist organization by the US in June 2014. And as protests in Iran entered the 6th day today, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani tried to downplay the unrest. Renewed protests have been reported from Iranian capital Tehran. In a meeting with the members of Iranian parliament, President Hassan Rouhani said that the protests were an opportunity, not a threat, but he vowed to crack down on lawbreakers. He also appealed for calm. 13 people have been killed in the protests in the worst wave of unrest in the country since 2009. The anti-government protest in Iran started on Thursday in the northeastern city of Mashhad on the issue of rising food and gas prices, but they later spread to other cities and turned political.
میلیاردی که ما به صندوق‌ها کمک می‌کنیم در اختیار ما بوده، حاصل یک کاری است که حالا در طول سالها انجام شده به اینجا ما رسید. به نظر من اون چی که این چند روز واقع شده ظاهرش یه نوع تهدید بوده، باید تبدیل کنیم به فرصت. ببینیم مشکل چیه.
Meanwhile, in a Twitter message on the issue, US President Donald Trump said that Iranians are finally getting wise as to how their money and wealth is being stolen and squandered on terrorism. Hassan Rouhani, however, rebuffed Donald Trump's comments, saying that Donald Trump had no right to sympathize with Iranians since just a few months ago he had called Iran a terrorist nation. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also wished success to Iranian anti-government protesters on Monday, but he emphasized that Israel was not involved in Tehran's internal affairs.
Brave Iranians are pouring into the streets. They seek freedom, they seek justice, they seek the basic liberties been denied to them for decades. Iran's cruel regime wastes tens of billions of dollars spreading hate. This money could have built schools and hospitals. No wonder mothers and fathers are marching in the streets. The regime is terrified of them, of their own people. That's why they jail students. That's why they ban social media. But I'm sure that fear will not triumph.
Now to a special story, this year's Rajya Sabha calendar will be unique in more than one ways. It will feature historical photographs of 12 global leaders who had addressed a joint session of Parliament while they were on their state visits to India. Here's a report.
The annual calendar of Rajya Sabha for the year 2018 is a collector's delight, featuring rare photographs of world leaders in India. The pictures shows top 12 visiting foreign dignitaries from 8 countries who addressed special sittings of the Parliament held at the Central Hall. The theme of this year's calendar has been picked by the Secretary General of Rajya Sabha, Desh Deepak Verma, who decided to do away with the traditional themes. The January month features a rare photograph of President Khrushchev of the former USSR when he visited India in November 1955. December month features former President of USA Barack Obama. The picture was taken during his India visit in November 2010. The one thing that is common to all pictures is the central hall of the Parliament that has its own glorious history. It was in this hall that transfer of power took place from the British on 15th August 1947. After independence, Constituent Assembly held its numerous meetings from 9th December 1946 to 24th January 1950 to frame the Constitution of India. And it is in this hallowed hall that the top world leaders get to address the special sittings of the Parliament. Global leaders in Parliament: 1955, N.S. Khrushchev, USSR. 1959, Dwight D. Eisenhower, USA. 1967, Kenneth Kaunda, Zambia. 1978, Daud Khan, Afghanistan. 1981, Margaret Thatcher, England. 1982, Francois Mitterrand, France. 1979, Malcolm Fraser, Australia. 1990, Toshiki Kaipu, Japan. 1995, Hashemi Rafsanjani, Iran. 2000, Bill Clinton, USA. 2000, Vladimir Putin, Russia. 2010, Barack Obama, USA. The theme of Rajya Sabha calendar in 2017 was the mural paintings in the Parliament House. The theme of Lok Sabha calendars since 1999 have been related to statues, portraits and glimpses of the Parliament building itself. Report of the Parliament Desk, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's it in this edition of Midday News. Up ahead is Khabar Dopaher. Thanks for watching.